I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Motion to approve the minutes of the December 8th, 2016 minutes of council meeting and the December 15th special meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve both minutes, the regular meeting and the special meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Move supported. We accept the minutes of the December 8th and December 15th minutes. Placement on file, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, carried. You received a copy of your treasurer's report. Any comments on that, Connie?
No, as you see, the funds are low in the general fund right now, but it's now tax collecting time, and so there's disbursements being made for township operating. So I'll be making the next disbursement here this weekend, and that'll bring that balance up some and on the growth side.
Take a look closer like mine.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as presented.
I'll second.
And move supported that the treasurer's report be accepted, placed on file as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. None opposed, carried. Guy, anything on the planning commission?
Didn't get the minutes into the packet. You want to tell me what, I can tell you what the planning commission's working on. The sign amendment to the ordinance is with the township attorney for legal review before we have a public hearing and publish it. They did elect officers. It's the same officers as this last year. The master plan and the bylaws, they postponed to review those until the February meeting. I was contacted by the airport manager, Barry Lind, that the Zoning Enabling Act requires that the airport approach plan be incorporated into the zoning ordinance, which it is not currently. So he provided me with a copy of it, and I'll be talking to the planning commission in February about beginning that. That's about it with planning commission.
Thanks, sir. Correspondence in your packet. Anyone with anything to bring before the board at this time? County Commissioner's not here. I did not hear from him, so I can't give you his report. Guy, you're
Back on.
back on again.
I received one written complaint today, actually, concerning some of the new lighting at the West Coast station. So I'll be investigating that next week when I get back. In the month of December, I had 3 receipts. 2 were for land divisions, and 1 was for a land use application for additional uses in the agricultural area. So that's about it. It was fairly slow in December.
Okay. Any questions for a guy? If not, Chuck is currently in Colorado, I believe. Is that right, Tom?
Yes.
And in his absence, Assistant Chief Tom Johnson will hit the highlights, if you would, please.
Okay. Well, we had, for December of 2016, we had 3 related fires. Medical runs, we had 15. Station activities, we had 3. We had total activity reports, 21. Total man hours, completed man hours was 25.5. Chief and officers' hours were 42. And all the apparatus is in good working order, the station's in good order. If you notice, the Connex containers have been moved over to their new home. And we'll be, as soon as the weather breaks, we'll probably be working on them, getting them rearranged. We received the revenue sharing grant for gloves and Nomex hoods and helmets. It was $21,000. We also put in a revenue sharing for SCBA's for $21,000. And we're working on getting quotes in the SCBA's. We've got a 50-50 grant paperwork was sent into the township for signature and should be forwarded to the DNR. Once we receive the paperwork back from the DNR, we'll be able to order some wildland PPEs and stuff like that. We have a match of $4,338. And this is for wildlife helmets, gloves, Novac shirts, pants, backpacks, and fire shelters. In personnel, we need to promote a couple people. We want to put Wes Owens in as captain due to Frank's post leaving. And we want to put Joe Wells in as lieutenant, and then he'll take over from where Wes Owens was, with the permission of the township board, of course. And the captain's position will be over fire and fire training, and the lieutenant's position will be for the medical end of it. Still haven't heard anything from the MDOT on flashing light, so we're still working on that. As far as for burning permit for Manistee Township residents only, there's a number of 231-690-5329. This is only for Manistee Township residents. And when they call that number, they'll either get a yes, you can burn, or a no, you can't burn. With snow on the ground, you don't really need a permit to burn, but you should at least get a hold of us or somebody, let Central Dispatch know, so we don't have somebody driving by and see a fire and call us to a fire that's taken care of. And we've had, this last year, we had 451 calls. That's an 80% increase from 2013. 2013, we had 250 calls, and in 2016, like I said, 415 calls. And check us out on Facebook. If you know some younger guys that want to join the fire department, let me know. Now, the other piece of business we got is with our rescue truck. We're going to take 135 temporarily out of service due to staffing issues right at the moment. We've got a couple of guys that are going to be taking the first responder class. So when we get these guys trained, then we can get back into it. Being that there's only one or two of us right now that are running. So I had Denny make out a letter and put it on a letterhead. So we're going to get a hold of West Shore and Central Dispatch. We will be, if we are needed, we'll be toned out by West Shore. If they need us, they'll call Central and have us assist them instead of being called out for everything, right, the way as we are right now. We'll be available for vehicle accidents and all fire runs. So basically, we're just kind of scaling back a little bit on the rescue for now until we get staff. And that's about it.
Just kind of, you've already spoke with Central Dispatch and West Shore Hospital.
Yes.
Talk this matter over with them. So everybody's in understanding of what.
Yeah, I'm going to go back, take the letter to Jim at Central Dispatch tomorrow, and I've talked to him about it, and he came up with the idea that maybe, just take it temporarily out of service, that way we don't have any big issues that way. And I talked to the director, EMS director at the hospital, and he said, I understand what you're coming from. He says, we can do that. And I've already talked to a couple of medics, and they already are aware of the situation, so I think it'll work out.
This is effective tomorrow then, Tom?
Well, it'll be effective whenever I get the paperwork. Hopefully tomorrow, but I don't, it'll be within a week.
Well, does anyone know will that affect your licensing at all?
It shouldn't.
We need to make
We're
sure we
gonna,
know if we
we're
do.
gonna, Jim was gonna check that out just to make sure, but being that it was just gonna be temporarily out, it shouldn't. And I didn't say that, but we'll find out.
It's unfortunate that this has to take place, but I understand it completely, and I know there's two of you guys that are running constantly from everything from bee stings to heart attacks,
Yeah.
and, it's unfortunate, but,
Well, we all feel bad about it. We figured we were doing a service, and we plan on still doing the service.
but if there's something that West Shore needs, you guys will still answer.
Right.
Any questions for Tom?
One more question.
Yes, sir.
This phone number for burn permits, are we
Yes.
gonna get a person or
Well, the way he wrote it in the notes he gave me, it was like it's gonna be a yes or a no, and I don't know, I don't even know where the number is, or who's the number.
Okay, so we don't know if this is a live person or
Well, I'm
a
assuming.
recording or
I'm
something?
assuming by his notes it's not, but
Okay,
I'm not sure.
all right.
But again, that's only for Manistee Township residents
Is
and
it
not
the MASC number?
I made a note of that.
Caliba, Wellston, Bear Lake, or anything.
It's the same number that we've had.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it? Okay.
That's what I was just gonna check.
Anything else for Tom? Thanks, Tom. Please convey our thanks to everybody over there, and we'll do what we can to help you get.
We would like to thank the township too for standing by and giving us a hand.
Tom,
Yes.
I got a question more so than a comment. Is this a sign of the times with all of the mandated education? We take a young man who wants to come in and be a volunteer fireman, and I've got no idea the hours of training that has to go into this thing, okay? And it's weekend after weekend after weekend. It's a tremendous commitment. And, young guys are married with families, and it's a strain all the way around.
It's hard.
Everybody, John, if I may interject, I canvassed other,
It's every township.
yeah, they all got the same problem.
Yeah, it's, the state has mandated all the training, and you gotta do it, And when I had the fire training class, it was 2 nights a week, I believe, and then almost every weekend for
Long time.
6, 7 months, And then if you went on to be an EMT or something like that, another 6 or 7 months or more.
Right.
So you've got a year tied up or better, and, it's a big commitment and a lot of time.
I guess I wonder if the state realizes what they're doing, because they're gonna beat it to death.
That's a good question, I don't know, I doubt it, but.
Well, I doubt it also, but anyhow, okay, I will beat
Yeah,
that
that's
forward.
unfortunate. The one time the barn wasn't big enough to hold everybody. Now we got a barn big enough, don't have anybody.
Yeah, everybody's gotta drive 2 vehicles.
Yeah.
Remember, there was 40 people or something.
Yeah.
Mr. Supervisor, do we need to approve those moves to Assistant Chief and, who was it?
Assistant Chief and Lieutenant,
Lieutenant?
yeah.
Yeah. Who was the lieutenant?
Okay, Joe Wells was lieutenant, and Wes Owens would be promoted to captain.
And that comes from a recommendation of the current officer.
Right.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the suggested appointments for the township fire department.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved, supported that Wes Owens be captain and Joe Wells be lieutenant at the fire department effective immediately. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Again, thanks, Tom. Under liquor inspector, there are no significant changes. Under new business, Mr. Sheldon is here from the County Road Commission.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for having us. Mark Sullivan from the Road Commission, and Dick Graham is one of our commissioners there, and he has a lot of experience, especially basically retired engineer and DPW director, et cetera. So he's definitely an asset to the Road Commission board. So I've given you a big packet of information. I won't go through in detail. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of time. I'll just go through. I basically put like a little agenda together. You know, basically updates with the road commission. Obviously, this time of the year, mostly doing, you know, routine maintenance, winter maintenance. We've had, you know, a lot of different weather events, snow. Like the other day, I think it was Tuesday, we had a lot of heavy snow in the morning. Then it turned to heavy rain, and then the, you know, temperatures are up in the low 40s, and then we knew they were going down. So it was, and then we had high winds. I think they were talking winds up as high as what we were calling almost 50 miles an hour. And so we had people out dealing actually with drainage issues on Tuesday evening instead of doing snow plowing type of work. But so we've had a lot of, you know, mostly winter maintenance and whatnot. I know we've had, seems like so far our approximate snowfall to date is about 55 inches. You know, here in Manistee County, our foremen, each day they try to like get like a county-wide average. They kind of check it in, you know, different locations. It's not exact by any means, but it's, you know, kind of an approximate average, you know, for the county. And I know last year I think we had roughly about 110 inches. So, and I know obviously a few years ago we had the record snowfall, which was over 200 inches. So yeah, primarily now we are working mostly in winter maintenance, doing, you know, if we do get bare pavement, we're not plowing snow, we're obviously out patching potholes. There's always, unfortunately, abundance of, you know, potholes, different locations. So as far as the projects completed last year in 2016, our federally funded project, we did Seaman Road down in Norman Township. That was almost a $400,000 project that was completed. Turned out to be a, you know, a good project. It was definitely needed. The pavement was in really bad condition. As far as like locally funded projects, like with Township and Road Commission funding, we did complete 11 of them. I'm showing them on that list. Here in Manistee Township, obviously, we did some blacktop wedging and chip seal work on Olson Road. And then we also did a major project on Malark Road to pretty much complete that entire river road system as far as the pavement goes. So it was the actual profile of the roadway was all totally reconstructed, you know, ditching done, you know, new gravel base and sand base where it was needed. And then we, you know, did the blacktop paving that was done by Elmer's. So, and that was completed. So the entire system now is, you know, totally blacktop. So that was good to get, you know, that finally completed. We completed a major bridge project up on Coast Highway at Arkeela Creek, which was actually a timber bridge, and that was funded. Most of it was funded by the Forest Service, and then the county obtained that, I think, a $90,000 Sustain Our Great Lakes grant, and then the Road Commission ended up paying the rest of it. So that was definitely a, you know, big project because it's a 3-span timber bridge, and it's like 25 feet from the road grade all the way down to the creek. So As far as projects that, like federal and state funded projects for this year, construction, we'll be doing Cotton Suda Road, which will be small urban funding, and also the tribe is gonna also participate with some of the construction funding. That is, currently in the design process, so I believe we'll probably have that, our consultant will have it in the MDOT letting sometime later on this spring, so it'll be sometime this summer when it'll be constructed. That'll be totally ground up, the base will be widened, and then it'll be a new blacktop pavement, which is gonna be wider than what's there. It'll be like, I believe, I know I gave some information before, I don't have the plans with me, but I believe it's like 28 foot of blacktop, so it'll be like 11-foot lanes and then 3-foot partially paved shoulder, and then, gravel shoulder beyond that.
Yeah, Mark, you said, the question we had, we'll ask is if there's gonna be like a bike lane.
It's gonna be basically a partially paved shoulder. What they, like on the state highways, a lot of the highways that, a lot of our county roads, we pave them wider, so they're better from a maintenance standpoint. Just so you have, like I said, a partially paved shoulder. And that's, it's not gonna be a dedicated bike lane, but people can use it for, whatever they want.
There is a lot of, because I live there, but there's
Right.
a lot of foot traffic, a lot of non-motorized traffic on
Sure.
that road.
Sure,
And I know that there's been a project put forward to try and get a non-motorized pathway to cover that distance from M22 to
No.
Hill Road, for example.
sure.
And that's not getting anywhere too rapidly. So if there's a way, to design that to get non-motorized people on that pathway somehow, it would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I think with the funding that we have, we're pretty much limited to what, especially at this time in the stage of the, design work and everything, and also see what you're looking at. If you, to try to widen out, to make like a wider, like a fully paved shoulder that's, fairly wide, you'd be talking about doing a lot more earthwork and stuff of that nature.
Well, when the design comes in, and I'm no engineer, I'm just
Oh, yeah.
asking simple guy asking simple questions. Maybe it's possible to, I'm reaching here, maybe the township could kick in some money and get a couple extra feet or something.
Okay.
Let's just see
yeah,
what the engineer said.
we could take a look at it. We haven't submitted, the preliminary plans are in pretty good shape right now. But we haven't had like a preliminary meeting with MDOT yet, so I can check into that to see if that's
If you would.
be feasible. I know with that type of project, you do get limited a lot of times with how much area berm width you have to work with. And that's where you're running the problem. Say if there's, and I know I've been down there many times, say if you had areas where there was existing ditches.
Oh, there's ditches on the whole.
Yeah, if you get into relocating ditches to get a wider, like a shoulder width, that's where it gets really expensive. But we can check into
But
that.
if you just
see.
keep that in mind, please.
Yeah, just to see if maybe at least if, like on one side or something, it could go from a 3-foot paved shoulder to a 5-foot or something.
One side is all
That might be,
necessary.
right, yeah, we can check into that, so,
Great.
yep. And then also, we're gonna be doing work on, our actual other federal and state funded projects, which will be like what they call our STP federal funds, and then our state category B funds. We're gonna actually do work on River Road between Malark Road and High Bridge. It's in really bad condition, especially by the big Manistee and Bear Creek. It's constantly out there pothole patching. There's gonna be probably almost 1.5 miles that's near the river where it's gonna be overlaid with new blacktop.
Right at the crest of the hill where it starts.
There's at least, it's almost 1.5 miles that's actually near Ballman, just an overlay though. It's not gonna be ground up and repaved, but we're gonna basically cap what's there and try to get, extend the service life. And then the rest of it will have, what they call, some more blacktop wedging in the bad areas. And then it'll be chip sealed with, fog seal. And they did take bids Actually, last Friday at MDOT, at the Venus MDOT funded project, and the total project is, I think Elmer's was the low bidder because most of it is like blacktop paving work. It was a little over 500,000, you know, for construction. Yeah, because I think the total, like on River Road, is a little over 9 miles. And then we're doing a small section of overlay on Hoxeyville Road down by the Dublin store. And that's only about 0.3 of a mile. But yeah, they just took bids, and Elmer's is going to be the prime contractor. And that'll be taking place, sometime this summer. And and then as far as like 2017 work, if there is anything, I do have a list of some potential projects. I've got some feedback from a few townships. I still need to do some estimates yet. But if there is anything that your township may be interested in possibly doing this year, just let me know. And once you get rid of the snow, I can start looking at projects in the field and doing some estimates. So
Just for the sake of conversation here, the one that's come to mind, the one that, well, squealing the wheel gets the grease, is the people on Millark Road north of 31. Those people have expressed some interest in getting some repair work done, but now we have Manistee Township, Brown Township, and Neckerman involved in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one there, and I've looked at it a few times because I know Neckerman brings it up all the time too. And I mean, majority of that blacktop, it would have to be ground up and repaved. It's not going to be right. It's not going to be a cheap project. I can't remember offhand what the total length is to get from 31 up to 8 Mile. But I know, grinding up and repaving, you're talking about 250 to 300,000 a mile, roughly. And that is a local paved road. It's not what they call one of our federal aid eligible roads, so we can't even use any of our federal or state funds on it. It would be all local, township and road commission funding to do project.
If it
Yes.
costs $250,000, $300,000 a mile,
Yep.
you just give I think I remember what you said, Mark. On Coates Highway, Elmer's put a bid in for 9 miles at $500,000. No, they weren't grinding, they were simply going over.
Yeah, well, all they basically did on that, there's about little less than 1.5 miles that they're just putting a cap over what's there, the really bad area. And then the rest of it, probably 8 miles or more, all they're doing is some intermittent blacktop wedging to fill in some bad areas, and then what they're doing is just chip seal with a fog seal on it. And when you chip seal with a fog seal, you're probably talking, that's roughly 25,000, 30,000 a mile, plus the cost of blacktop wedging beforehand, stuff like that. So yeah, anytime you get into especially if you got a blacktop pavement that's too far gone, where we have a lot of roads here in the county where we've wedged and chip sealed so many times and for so many years, you get to a point, the ride is like this, you have to, you basically have really no other options to do it right, to basically grind it up, and you use that ground up blacktop for your base, and then you repave it. So that's where you get into the expense, a lot of them, especially, state and federal aid. We did, when we did Glover's Lake Road a few years ago, I mean, that was over $800,000 project for less than 3 miles, so. But that's something we have to look, I mean, yeah, that, it definitely has some need, and I'm sure that does get a lot of traffic, even though it's a local road.
Something that's just ours is Pine Creek Road,
Mhm.
it's an extension of Olson Road,
Yep.
or vice versa. That's getting to the close to the same shape that the Olson Road is in. So that may be something.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, but if there's, like I said, anything you want us to look at,
Yeah.
we can, once, get rid of the snow, or else we get a little break in the snow where the pavement's bare, we can, take a look at it, and see what treatment would be best. Just have a quick summary as far as with the PASER ratings, every year, on our, what they call the federal aid eligible roads, pave some of the primary roads. We need to evaluate the condition of them, so one person from the road commission, one person from MDOT, and one person from Networks Northwest. We drive the roads concurrently. And in 2016, basically of 209 miles that's rated, that's not all of our county paved primary, but it's, you know, the majority of them. We had like 117 miles that were rated good to excellent condition, 92 miles rated as being very poor to fair condition. And so you have roughly like 64 miles that really could be a blacktop overlay or ground up and repaved. That doesn't include all your paved local roads too, which we don't do PASER ratings for the locals. We really need to get into that hopefully this year or next year. Because with the federal aid, we actually get paid to do the ratings. But I think it would be good to look at our local system. But I'm sure our local system is about equal condition-wise, if not worse, you know, unfortunately. So we, you know, even though we are going to see some increase in transportation funding based on what was done in Lansing last November, you know, there's definitely still a lot of needs. You can only, you know, get some money. It's going to take quite a few years to catch up. So, and kind of on that note, as far as the funding, I know there's been a lot of publicity, obviously. You know, January 1st, the gas tax went up, okay? You know, I think 7.3 cents.
So here went up 30 cents.
Well, yeah, well, actually, I was over like the Midland area and everything, and I kid you not,
Same day.
you hear all the publicity, and it went up like that. I was paying like $2.16 over there, and all of a sudden everything was $2.49. You know, like 33 cents. Of course, the gas tax went up 7.3, and all of a sudden, you know, if anybody can figure out how it fluctuates like that, it's you know, it's too bad because it makes the road agencies and legislators look bad because you're trying to increase funding to fix the roads, and all of a sudden, you know, they really go sky high on the prices. So, as far as staffing goes, we did hire 2 new full-time employees this past December, and they're on board and working. We also basically hired 3 seasonal employees to help out during the winter time, and they are on board, you know, helping us. There's some that have, you know, prior experience, and there's a few that we had to provide, you know, some training. As far as the packet of information, like I said, I get a lot of stuff, so if you can, you know, just when you get an opportunity, maybe take a look at it. Some of it, basically, there's one detailed document, has a lot of information. It's 10 pages about the road commissions and, you know, the Manistee County Road Commission. It's pretty much like an update of, you know, last year. I updated it, plus, you know, provide some additional information as needed. We do have a copy of our budget summary. For, you know, the estimated revenue and expenses, we've got like estimated total revenue for this fiscal year is about 7.8 million. Our expenditures total is roughly about 8.3 million, but we did carry over a decent fund balance, you know, from the prior fiscal year. So we generally run with an operating budget of roughly $7 to $8 million. That's for everything we do at the Road Commission, operate, you know, the equipment, do the maintenance work, construction work, you name it. There was one document that I have like a memo, and it's basically a distribution report. It's computer generated, and it basically indicates how much the expenditures were for like routine maintenance. But I have all of them, so I gotta find which one is yours here. But it's kind of a computer printout that basically shows what the Road Commission did expend with routine maintenance. It's this one here that's kind of computer generated. But on the primary roads here in Manistee Township, we expended roughly about $88,000. And then for routine maintenance, and then on the local roads, we expended about $141,000. And the total for routine maintenance was about $229,000 just here in Manistee Township. Now that that does not really reflect all of the work like on snow plowing, because we do have basically 4 or 5 plow routes that go through multiple townships, like say Coates Highway, you know, High Bridge Road, 13 Mile, 9 Mile, you name it. Our drivers, when they plow snow on those plow routes in the wintertime, they just charge you a certain number, so that those numbers would not be reflected in these numbers. So the actual amount expended for routine maintenance would be higher than what's shown here. The other information we have, the Manistee County plow miles, it's just a listing of all of the townships, the miles of county primary road, county local road, the total mileage, seasonal road mileage, and actually shows you know, how many miles are plowed. Here in Manistee Township, basically you have on the primary road system almost 16 miles. On the local road system, almost 44 miles, so you have about 60 miles total of county certified road in your township. I mean, obviously you have a number of probably miles of, you know, non-certified roads too, you know, private roads and whatnot. You have, looks like about 2 miles of seasonal roads. I'm assuming that must be probably off 55, you know, in that direction as far as anything that's seasonal. And we do have a state maintenance contract, so we, you know, maintain 83 miles, you know, for the state highways. The total certified mileage that we have here in the county is 1,044 miles. So we definitely have a lot of, but that does include about 197 miles of seasonal roads. So the other printout, just a spreadsheet that shows what our PASER ratings are for the federal aid that was done in 2016. And it kind of shows you based on, like, say a 10 is excellent condition to like a 1 is like a totally failed blacktop pavement. So, you know, shows you, and this is all what I get from the computer that's generated based on 3 people that have the experience and have evaluated the roads. The other, the last but not least document, it's something it's kind of a notice that indicates, in fact, I think back in December, I think Dylan put something in the paper when I did like an article on winter maintenance. In fact, just today I got a call from Ken Grabowski about the same subject, because I think he was talking to the Sheriff's Department. But yeah, so basically people plowing, you know, their driveways and everything, plowing snow into the roadway and whatnot is legal. I mean, it's really tough. You can't really police it. I mean, most people are pretty good, and if they do plow it across the roadway or something, most cases they clean everything off. But it definitely is an issue if people are plowing, you know, snow onto the shoulder and leaving it there, or onto the roadway. I mean, it can really create a, you know, safety issue, especially like, you know, creating issues at intersections where there, you know, there's vision issues, stuff of that nature. But that's just kind of a notice that we have. And if our maintenance supervisors in their travel, if they see some violations like that, they'll actually stick a stake. If they can't find somebody at home, they'll stick a stake in a snowbank with that little sign on it. And in most cases, I think the people have been pretty good as far as, you know, taking care of situations like that. But, you know, when you get a lot of snow, I mean, you have people doing it all over, and it's hard to police, but it sounds like the Sheriff's Department is going to.
We could post this out here on our website.
Sure. Yeah, yes, sir.
I guess I'm wondering, you know, with these notices, not passing the buck, but I wonder if it wouldn't be a good idea to put them in some of our bigger, more popular gas stations, if they would let you. Take them to the door, buy the cash register, whatever, whether it be Wesco, Shell, a couple of Wescos, whoever they might be, Onekama or Acadia. These are the places I think all these plow drivers hit, not necessarily plowing, but they're into fuel.
Yeah. I'm at Wesco typically about 5 a.m. and I do see a number of them there.
Well, yeah, you know, that's where
Get
the
my coffee
traffic
and
goes
donuts,
in.
so. Yeah,
I just thought
that's a
that'd
good
be a
idea.
good place to, if they would allow you to.
Sure. Yeah, I could check to see if, you know, they'd allow something like that. You know, it would be definitely helpful. I could talk to one of the managers and go from there, but, and if you have any Dick, if you have anything to add?
No, other than we appreciate your cooperation on the projects. Millard was something that was really, really needed, and we appreciate your cooperation with us.
And that was obviously a big joint effort too, because, you know, I mean, it was basically Manistee Township, Brown Township, you know, the tribe, and then, you know, the road commission, so, you know, basically, you know, four-way split on that, so it was definitely good to have that paved, because there was definitely a lot of dirt that was moved on that project, because if you remember what it looked like before.
Yep.
You know, we cut down the big hill by Hanson's and everything, so.
Do you have a list of roads in Manistee Township, just Manistee Township?
As far as like the
Just a list of
certified roads?
Just a list of roads.
A list specifically in.
Certified roads in Manistee Township?
Oh, just a road.
Well,
Mark?
well, I mean, the certification maps,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to
Just
think
a
of.
list of
Yeah,
roads.
certification map has
Has the road
names
names on them,
and
right.
the status
If I
of
could
each
get a copy
road.
of that, that'd be great.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to think if I've emailed that to you before, but I can even email it to you,
Just do it, please.
and it'll show all of them that's actually county certified. It won't show the non-certified ones, so anything you don't see on the map, it's not under our jurisdiction, so. Yeah, and it will actually differentiate which roads are county primary and which roads are county local.
You may have done that.
Yeah, no.
I apologize if you did. but
Oh, no, I
I'm taking
can,
advantage of the opportunity.
yeah, no, we can give you the hard copy, they're like 11 by 17, that's the best way to read the road name.
Okay.
But we can, I can give you hard copies, and then I can email it to you also if you want it. I don't know if it's something you can put on your website even if you want. Yeah, yeah, no, that would be fine.
Get a hard copy.
Sure. And I also there's just a brief document that has like some basic winter maintenance guidelines. You know, a lot of people, you know, I mean, we get calls all the time, I mean, with so many miles that we're trying to maintain, you know, and people sometimes, especially if they're on a low volume local road, they don't understand that we have you know, we gotta get state system and then the main power roads, the main primary roads and paved roads and everything. And we try our very best, especially like I said, on a lot of the storms we've had so far this winter, they've been coming on a weekend. I think the last 3-4 weekends, we've had people working Saturday and Sunday, you know, and quite a few people, up to like 15 people, you know, working, try to get in as many as we can, but there's no way that with a partial crew, you're gonna get, you know, all of the roads, you know, plowed, you know, and everything back open, so, you know, we, you know, basically do our very best, but if we have situations where we need to, you know, get our trucks on the road, we do it, you know, because we have somebody on call, you know, 24/7, so.
Well, we haven't had any complaints come to this office, and I think
Good.
That's good.
me personally, of course, I live on a well-traveled road, but
Sure.
I think they do a good job.
Okay, well, great. We appreciate you having us, so,
Any other comments?
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Next item is the McGinnis Drain Assessment Payment. I spoke with the new drain commissioner. And the new drain commissioner is, as you know, we sent a letter to the previous drain commissioner asking him for final numbers. A letter stating that the project was finished. The new drain commissioner opened it Monday. So he's, so the old drain commissioner didn't have a chance to work on it, I guess, so.
It's been a while.
So he assured me, and I feel confident that Ken will get us that information. We just need some time to wrap his head around everything that went on, and now it would be for a topic of discussion, because I'd like to do this when the whole board is here. Connie suggested that we pay this, well, I don't know if you suggested it or not, but let me throw this out there, that we pay this year's assessment and give them time to get all the figures together, and at that time, we could pay the thing off.
Then pay the remainder.
Right. I don't know if that's an idea, or that's an idea.
That's an idea, I think. If we're looking for a motion, I would make a motion that we just pay 1 year.
That,
And,
yeah.
and next year,
I
the
wouldn't be in a
second,
rush to pay the
Pay
whole
the
thing.
2017 assessment.
because the assessment's only on the winter tax bill. And so the next time we'll be assessed, will be next tax bill 2017, and then we can revisit again whether we would want to pay for the thing and save on interest, but until there's actual numbers and resolution to what happened with prior, trade commission, or I think we should just pay 1 year. That's my motion, pay 1 year. That's a long, 1 year.
That's- It's been moved, supported that we pay our 1-year assessment of the McGinnis training project.
I'll support
John.
John, I agree with you.
Any discussion? All in favor?
that.
Aye. Opposed? None? Carried.
Our discussion, and I don't want to discuss what we just did, but what is the county,
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yep, thanks
Thank
for
you
having
very
me.
much.
what is the county doing with their burden that they were saddled with? Are they going to pay it all or
I don't
pay
know if I
it?
can find that out, John. I don't know.
And
Well, I
I
can
think
too.
we're waiting to talk to
It's
Mr.
just-
Hilliard as well.
Pardon?
I think they were waiting to talk to Mr. Hilliard as well.
I'm just curious because I don't remember the numbers anymore, what they were, what we saved, what it cost us.
We saved 20.
25%
Save 20 grand.
over 10 years,
Yeah.
which is $2,000 a year. Obviously nothing to sneeze at, but in the same breath is not monumental, I don't believe.
No, and we did the budget, there was provision in the budget to pay that all off in 5 years.
Okay.
So we have room to take care of 1 year now,
Okay,
not knowing what those total numbers were going to be.
right, right. I was just curious as to what the county, if
I don't
anybody,
know.
and
They probably don't do that.
I'm not suggesting that whatever the county does, that we, the township, should do either. It was more of a curious thing.
Next item is a sewer rate ordinance. We have an ordinance before us. What do one of this, any of the subcommittee like to touch on this at all?
I will.
Okay.
Now that we have the sewer ordinance in effect, and we've had the public informational meeting, we need a resolution to establish the rates. And this is that resolution. Where the residential rate is $31.75 per month, flat rate, with a 1% administration fee. And the commercial rate is $13.50 per 1,000 gallons, with a 1% township administration fee.
As it's been from the beginning. Well, not from the beginning, but that's what you.
At least for the last year.
That's what you guys negotiated
Yeah.
right to that point.
We've had these rates posted on
Right.
for a year. This makes it official.
So is there a motion to adopt resolution number 2017-01?
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2017-01.
Is there a second?
I'll support that.
It's been moved and supported that we adopt resolution number 7017-01 pertaining to the sewer rates. Any further discussion? Roll call.
That's fine.
Call roll, please.
Mr. Pino,
Yes.
Mr. Dons,
Yes.
Ms. Jankowitz. Yes. Taylor is yes. Mr. Berkowitz.
Yes.
And just to mention that these rates that were just quoted are today's rates. At our informational meeting, there was a question asked, are these the rates that are always gonna be? Well, no. Always is a long time or forever, and like any other utility, it'll change and probably not go down.
They review them every October, I
Yeah, well, the committee's supposed to meet, the township and the tribe is supposed to meet once a year.
To discuss these.
believe. Okay. Anything else on the old business? The bills have been provided. We had a chance to take a look at them.
I'll make a motion to allow the bills presented and incoming bills for the balance of the month to be paid.
And moved supported that the bills as presented from December 8th to January 10th, for the remainder of January to be paid. Any discussion? All in favor?
Second. Did somebody second?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No, that's. Manistee County MTA won't meet till March, that'll be March 22nd. Zoning Board of Appeals, if there is one, will be February 7th, here at the hall at 7 p.m. Planning Commission meeting is Thursday, February 2nd, here at the hall at 7 p.m. The Bar Lake Improvement Board meets in April. Next regular meeting of the Manistee Township Board is Thursday, February 8th, 2017, at 7 p.m. at the Manistee Township Hall. Do any other public comment?
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is concerning Bar Lake. And since our next meeting is until April, I have a couple of concerns. And one is that, and Guy and John, you've been at the other ones, right? At our Bar Lake Improvement Board meetings. So if I remember correctly, we are not going to have a lake study. Is that correct?
That's correct.
It's been brought up, but we are not going to do it. And when we were speaking about that, we wanted one because we wanted to know how it would affect the fish if the lake level went down, up, whatever. The plants, everything, you know. The lake has been coming up, and that was because the water could not exit. The channel was blocked. In fact, both of them were totally blocked. The outlets from Bar Lake, both of them were totally blocked after last winter. And it remained like that all summer. There was no way for that water to get out. And so at that last meeting, I asked the question, if we cannot put a levee or a dam in there. We can't do that. And I asked why, and that is because we cannot go against nature. You know, that's the way it is. And my question was, if we cannot put a dam or a levee in to control the water going out, by the same token, since nature blocked up both of our outlets, can we open them up? And the answer was, no, we cannot do that. That's what's his name? From our old house.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, then it's blocking up. This is not about the lake study, but it has been recently dug out by, I don't know, about three guys got out there and dug this little.
Dropped 5 feet.
Carol, let me ask, are you
Yeah.
here suggesting that the lake level is too high now?
The lake was down 5 feet.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I know on our side of the lake, it never has been an issue. But
No, it
I
wasn't
remember years back that it would be on the other side, on the north side of the lake. So I don't know
Well,
that.
I don't know what discrepancy we're talking here, if it comes up 4 inches, 8 inches, 2 foot, obviously not 2 foot. But we're kind of threading needles here.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, this started out with the lake level being low,
Right.
It's perfect now. It was.
and now it's a little bit high, so somebody's out there
No,
digging it
No,
up.
no,
Nobody's
I'm not
complaining
saying it's
about that.
high. Nobody's.
Somebody must be, or they wouldn't be digging it up.
No, they did.
I don't know. I don't
Probably for
know.
hunting and swamp, lots of boats go down. But it
This
was
was
the day
before-
before Christmas,
Yeah.
it dropped 5 feet. That-
Anyhow, that, I think
Lake
that,
level dropped 5 feet?
Yes.
Not 5 feet.
shore, from the shore.
Short.
Oh, from shore.
Yeah.
5 feet from the shore, it's like,
Oh.
what happened?
Man, I didn't think there was 5 feet of water.
Well,
Yeah,
There's not.
yeah, that's all there is.
Okay,
I think that's for the Lake Advisory Board anyhow.
Sorry?
But
I think it's for the Lake Advisory.
but
Well,
that
no,
would be
no, what I
illegal
want
or
you,
illegality.
what I want the board to consider, there are 2 concerns that I have about this. That was one of them. If it's okay to, if it's not okay to dam it up to control the lake level, is it okay to dig it out? Okay. Obviously, it went ahead and they did it, and it's, I don't know if it's flowing now or not. I mean, this is,
But
we've had a lot of different
and
weather.
people go and dig it out.
But anyway, that was, my other concern is that last spring, we had the DEQ out there. Were you out there, Guy? I don't know.
A year ago in the spring. Not last spring, but spring of 15, I think it was.
Okay, at that time, the DEQ said that the township, and I wish that Mark was still here, or the road commission could not remove sand that had to be returned to its natural dune state. And they were told not, the road commission was there at the time, and they could not remove the sand. I don't know who did it, but it's been removed, and I believe the township is doing it now. I don't know. But it was flat. It was flat. You don't know either? I don't know.
what are you
On the
talking?
lake side, you're talking about?
On the lakeside, and they were not to put sand from the west side of the road, which would be the big lake,
To the east.
to the east side, which would be Bar Lake. They were not to remove the sand from that side and put it on the east side as you're going north. But they did.
My
Wait.
rec-
Are you
my
talking about
recollection
the
was
sand right on
that
Lake
if it's in the
Michigan?
street, they remove it from the street and put it back on the west side, which is where it came from. That's my recollection.
They had done that in the past and they were corrected not to do that anymore, and they haven't done it.
Yeah,
To take
they
it from
did.
one side and put it
Because
on.
in the spring, they take it from the west side and put it on the east side, but they were told that they can't do
Do that
that.
anymore.
I told that a couple years ago.
Right.
You were there, yeah, you and I both.
So I don't know, I just thought those are 2 concerns that I didn't want to wait until April. Nobody sent me here from Bar Lake. I'm not really representing their board, but I would like to see it become a dune again. And if that's what the DEQ says we need to do, I believe that's what needs to be done. And if the board, if we wait until the board meeting in April.
We've gone over this several times. Charlie's been here with Jenna, whatever her name is, from the DNR. Okay, anyhow, DNR representative.
Sue Connery, is that who you're thinking of?
Jamalowitz and
Oh, Jennifer.
Jamalowitz. And we've gone over this several times. The township did not remove that dune. That dune was removed by the...
By the road commission.
No, it was removed by the Corps of Engineers.
So they were the ones out
The
there.
Corps of Engineers came in there and investigated that because of the water was getting too close, Lake Michigan was getting too close to the road. So on the request of the road commission, I believe, what did I say?
For the engineer.
The Corps of Engineers, the Corps of Engineers came in there and put that had that riprap put in there. And at that time, that was all removed. And that's
I'll
been
tell you
100
when it
years
was
ago.
removed.
That's been a long, long time.
No, it hasn't.
I got the documentation. We'll go over this.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, it was removed right before they put the benches back in, last spring.
It was leveled.
Yes,
It was leveled.
exactly.
It was not taken to the east side of the road, it was leveled.
But what I'm saying is, that was not supposed to be leveled. It was
No one
supposed,
said they couldn't level it. They couldn't take it from the west side and put it on the east side.
they were told by the DEQ that that had to go back to a dune state.
I know, Carol, I don't remember that. I apologize if it's, but I don't remember that being a statement.
Okay, well, then it's something that we should look into, or just forget
If the
it?
snow fences weren't there,
Right.
there would be nothing to level. The wind would blow it all to the east side of the road.
On the other hand, as you go down Lake Shore, there is no dune on the east side of Lake Shore because,
That's correct, because there's no
Because
place
there is a
else that the
dune.
road is that close to Lake Michigan.
even at that, no, even if there are some as you go toward Onekama, and even at that, there is a dune on Lake Shore. They're trying to sell a lot down there on Lake Shore, just before those condos. There's 2 lots they're trying to sell that are just as close to the lake as what we have. And nobody's buying them, of course, you can't do anything with them, but there's a dune there. There's no dirt on the east side, there's no sand. That dune on the lake side protects the road. There is no dune on the right side of the road. So, it's important. Obviously, or else the DEQ wouldn't have said that. So, it's something, I don't know, it's just something I thought it should be considered and looked into. So, because we were told it was supposed to go back to a dune.
I hope.
So, DEQ.
Was that in writing?
I'm not sure. She came out and, like I say, the road commission was there.
Because
And
Carol, I was there with all those people. Was that large
With-
gathering on the deck?
and that, there was a
No one
woman there.
I may have missed it, but I didn't hear anyone suggest it, I'm sorry.
It was a woman from the DEQ. And yes, she said, and I said, okay, we're gonna have a dune here. Can we take the sand that is on the east side of the road and move it to the west side? And she goes, yes, you can. She said, yes, you could.
I'd like to discuss this with you, Carol, because I asked that same lady,
Yeah.
about moving that sand out of there to straighten that curve out. She said, by no means are you gonna touch that dune.
What, straighten the curve?
Straighten the curve out. To kind of straighten that out a little bit, to give some more room on the west side for parking.
Oh, you mean
Her
further,
suggestion to me
further
was
north
that-
then?
And she suggested to me that there's no way you're gonna touch that dune
On the west side,
on the
East
east
side.
side.
okay. I don't know,
I would like to discuss this with you if we could, please. Be glad
Well,
to.
that's all I have to say on this. We can get in touch with the DEQ, that would help.
Okay.
Okay, I just wanted to bring it to
Sure,
your
sure.
attention.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Anyone else? If not, a motion's in order.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Been moved, supported, we adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
None opposed, thank you very much.